Hello everyone, I'm Shrishti Dash and we are group number 9. Our topic is sustainability in the infrastructure general industry. As an industry, infrastructure general is a major contributor to the GDP of the country. Railways, roads, power sector, civil defense, bridges, etc. Infrastructure forms the foundation for fundamental facilities in the country. Population development, movement, and urbanization patterns with an expansion in the framework improvement, particularly in rising economies and developing nations. Infrastructure, being the foundation, plays a vital role in promoting sustainability. Now, let us have a look at some of the sustainability practices followed by leading companies in this industry. First one is L&T, Larsen and Toubro, which views itself as a green enabler. There has been a 30% increase in their green products and services portfolio. All their 28 major campuses have achieved zero wastewater discharge status, with 5 being water positive. Additionally, they have built 50 check dams in the reporting year through the L&T Public Charitable Trust, taking our tally of check dams to 200. They have a sustainability structure which has a sustainability team with top down approach, which also has an executive board. And when it comes to environment, L&T businesses are governed by comprehensive policies on quality, environment, health, and safety. Green initiatives to protect natural.
Now let us move on to Bharat Heavy Electronics Limited. Bharat Heavy Electronics Limited, which is owned by the Government of India, is a manufacturer of power plant equipment and operates as a manufacturing and engineering company. The company has ingrained the sustainability process in its mission statement as providing sustainable business solutions in the fields of energy, industry, and infrastructure. Hence, they have programs so as to fulfill their own mission statement. BHEL has formulated a sustainable development policy taking into account the scale and nature of products, activities, and services. This policy is the guiding force for the company, which inspires all the endeavors it takes so as to move into sustainable development. This policy has been incorporated into the company's corporate strategy through BHEL's strategic plan of 2012-2017. The various sustainable methods that are being practiced by BHEL are fumes extraction systems, noise level reduction systems, resource conservation systems, energy efficiency, and utilization of non conventional energy sources. BHEL has more than 70 projects in India and it has been practicing sustainability in all of them. For example, in HEP Bhopal, it has been recycling the coolant fluid that is being used in the machines. In HPEP Hyderabad, it has been recycling the ferrous and non-ferrous scraps, and in HEEP Haridwar, it is removing all the oil wastes that has been recovered from coolant recovery system, and they are not letting it go down the drain, and they are and hence they are actually saving the water from being polluted. Now, moving on to the other next company. Thank you.
Now let us have a look at the sustainability practices of Punch Lord. Punch Lord displays a commitment towards protecting the environment by optimizing fuel consumption, minimizing pollution, and converting waste products into resources wherever possible. Punch Lord is certified with the ISO 14001:2004 as conforming to the environmental management system standards. Functioning in diverse geographical regions in different communities and across multiple terrains, Punch Lord has always emphasized on adopting practices aligned with sustainable development. For them, sustainable development implies the balance between satisfaction of human needs with the protection of the nature and the environment so that these needs can be met in the indefinite future too. Their commitment is evident in most of their project sites where utmost care is taken to preserve the environment. Prior to the construction of Baku-Tbilisi-Ceyhan pipeline, Punch Lord Limac, the joint venture, did a detailed vegetation mapping along the pipeline right-of-way and recognized the endangered and rare species found in the area. These surveys were followed by documentation, accumulation of environmental manuals, conception of procedures, devising plans, instituting of special area restoration methods, preparation of reports, and deployment of resources. Throughout the construction stage, significant areas were barricaded, erosion was kept in check, ROW and rivers were protected, and environmental training was provided to all concerned. In the post construction stage, reinstatement and biorestoration were the critical activities carried out. The special accomplishments at this site were successful restoration of the Zamanthi River and the pioneering waste management undertakings carried out by Punch Lloyd. The Zamanthi River and its floodplain is home to eel, fish, aquatic and exotic plants, and migratory birds. Between the phases of their migration, breeding, and ecological limitations, the company had only 2 months in the entire year to execute this vital river crossing. Care was taken to preserve the top soil of the ROW and throughout mobilization of tools, recontouring the land with regrowth of flora and restoration of river and its tributaries. In Tunu Field Development Venture in Indonesia, effective monitoring and execution of environment management plan throughout construction in the restricted ROW protected the attached aquaculture ponds, vegetation, flora and fauna in the Mahakam Delta. Constant analysis of seawater to preserve its natural quality was undertaken. This activity also guaranteed there was no negative effect on fishing and shrimp farming, which are significant economic activities of the Mahakam Delta. Practices such as utilization of decomposable sandbags instead of plastic sandbags in a swamp have protected the environment as well as minimizing the cost of equipment and manpower arrayed for retrieval of plastic bags. This campaign, released in Tehelka in India, displays Punch Lloyd's respect and obligation to safeguard the flora and fauna globally.
Now I will talk about Ingenious India Limited sustainability practices and policies. At EIL, the mandate for sustainability is not just about contributing to growth, but also complying with environmental regulations, but rather with operating its business in a manner that is responsible and transparent to all its stakeholders. Sustainability at EIL implies delivering projects as per corporate quality and HSE policies, which enables its customers to far exceed the targets of sustainability. Fostering partnership with its esteemed customers, suppliers, and contractors with the community at large to support sustainable development. Nurturing and training a highly qualified workforce for sustainability initiatives at individual as well as society levels. Deploying and developing environmental friendly technologies and work practices. Following robust corporate governance policies based on an established code of ethics, transparency, and scientifically developed risk management system. This translates into 5 broad frameworks to support long-term sustainable growth. Project designs which support sustainability right from the concept stage to plant commissioning and subsequently during commercial operations. It focuses on energy efficiency, resource optimization, and safety of plant personnel and society at large. Its R&D initiatives are focused on offering technologies to clients to reduce carbon footprints and increase plant yield. It also believes in practicing robust corporate governance practices. Transparency, professionalism, and accountability are its cornerstone of maintaining these practices. EIL has an unconditional commitment to adhere to its highest standards in corporate HSE policies. It's also a people-centric organization delivering excellence in services to its people. The company continues to reinforce its social commitment through various programs organized at construction sites to develop artisans among the local community for their contribution during plant construction, preparing them with necessary skill sets to exploit various valuable employment opportunities in the long run. Alongside, EIL has also initiated evaluation and reporting of its performance on triple bottom lines of economic, social and environmental aspects. These initiatives underway at EIL will propel the organization on an upward growth trajectory. To carry the presentation forward, we have Shubhadeep Ray. Thank you.
ABB Limited has continued to make improvements in high voltage direct current technology so that enormous amounts of clean energy produced by solar, wind, or hydrogenation can be conducted over long distances at the highest efficiency. The major contributions of ABB to mitigate climate change is to produce or provide the customers with energy efficient solutions for the products with lower energy consumption and reduce or eliminate emissions. The various activities undertaken by ABB for building a sustainable world are safe and secure operations, responsible sourcing, energy and efficiency, climate change, resource efficiency. Now, coming into the challenges of development, corporate responsibility is not a destination but a continuous journey in the right path. The broad challenges of sustainable development can be listed as climate change and clean energy, sustainable transport system, conservation and management of natural resources, sustainable consumption and production patterns. The main challenge is to gradually change our current unsustainable consumption and production patterns and the non-integrated approach to policy making. Raising supply of electricity at a faster rate to meet existing unmet and increased future demand is a great challenge. While considerable work continues on managing environmental and social risk at suppliers, there is an obvious challenge of scale since organizations have not less than 20,000 direct material and project service suppliers. This is why organizations are more focused on supplier sustainability development program. This is what we have to get you from the sustainability development. Thank you very much.